Lisa's sleek black car pulled into the college parking lot, its engine purring softly. She stepped out, her designer sunglasses perched on her nose, and adjusted her half shirt and stylish knickers. The morning sun glinted off her gold bracelet, and her confident stride turned heads as she walked toward the main building. "There she is," whispered a group of girls by the entrance. "Always so bold. I wonder if she even cares what people think." Lisa heard the whispers but didn't react. She was used to it. Her bold fashion choices and luxurious lifestyle made her the center of attention, but it also made her feel isolated. She had friends, sure, but they were more interested in her money and connections than in who she really was. As she entered the lecture hall, she noticed the usual stares, some admiring, some envious. She took her seat at the front, pulling out her laptop and notebook. Despite her glamorous exterior, Lisa was a serious student. She had dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur, and she wasn't going to let anything or anyone stand in her way. Achabe hurried across the campus, his worn-out backpack slung over one shoulder. He had just finished his morning shift at a nearby cafe, and he was running late for his first class. His shirt was slightly wrinkled, and his shoes were scuffed, but he carried himself with quiet dignity. As he entered the lecture hall, he noticed Lisa sitting at the front. He had seen her before, of course. Everyone had. She was impossible to miss. But he had never spoken to her. To him, she belonged to a different world, one he could only observe from a distance. Achabe took a seat at the back, pulling out his notebook and pen. He couldn't afford a laptop, so he made do with what he had. His scholarship covered his tuition, but he still had to work part-time to support his family. His mother, a single parent, worked tirelessly as a seamstress, and his younger sister looked up to him as her role model. Achabe was determined to make them proud. The college courtyard was alive with energy. Colorful banners fluttered in the breeze, and the air was filled with the scent of roasted maize and the sound of laughter. It was the annual cultural festival, a celebration of Kenya's diverse heritage, and everyone was dressed in their finest traditional attire, except for Lisa. She stood near the stage, wearing a chic half shirt and stylish knickers, her hair cascading in loose curls. Her bold outfit turned heads, but she seemed oblivious to the stares. She was busy coordinating the event, her voice firm yet warm as she directed the performers. Akabe watched her from a distance, his heart pounding. He was dressed in a simple but elegant kitenge shirt, his hands clutching the drum he would soon play. He had never spoken to Lisa before, but he couldn't help admiring her confidence. "Achabe, you're up next," someone called out, snapping him out of his thoughts. He took a deep breath and walked onto the stage. The crowd cheered as he began to play, his hands moving rhythmically over the drum. The beat was infectious, and soon everyone was clapping and dancing. Lisa watched him, mesmerized. She had never seen anyone play with such passion. When the performance ended, she approached him, a smile playing on her lips. "That was incredible," she said. "I'm Lisa, by the way." "Achabe," he replied, his voice steady despite the butterflies in his stomach. They talked for hours that night, discovering a shared love for music, books, and dreams of making a difference in the world. By the time the festival ended, they had exchanged numbers and made plans to study together. The library was quiet, save for the occasional rustle of pages and the hum of the air conditioner. Lisa and Achabe sat at a corner table, surrounded by stacks of books and notebooks. "I can't believe I've never noticed you before," Lisa said, flipping through her economics textbook. "You're so smart." Achabe chuckled, a little embarrassed. "I'm just trying to keep up. You're the one who's always acing every test." Lisa smiled. "Well, maybe we can help each other. I'm terrible at math, and I heard you're a genius." Akabe's cheeks flushed. "I wouldn't say that, but I can definitely help you with math." As they studied together, they discovered how well they complemented each other. Lisa's creativity and bold ideas balanced Achabe's logical thinking and attention to detail. By the end of the session, they had not only covered a lot of material, but also shared stories about their families, dreams, and struggles. Their growing friendship didn't go unnoticed. One afternoon, as they walked across the campus, a group of Lisa's friends approached them. "Lisa, what are you doing with him?" one of them asked, her tone dripping with disdain. Achabe stiffened, but Lisa stepped forward, her eyes blazing. "He's my friend, and if you have a problem with that, you can keep it to yourself." The group exchanged uneasy glances before walking away, but the incident left Achabe feeling insecure. "Maybe they're right," he said quietly. "Maybe I don't belong in your world." Lisa took his hand, her expression softening. "Achabe, you're one of the most amazing people I've ever met. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise." Her words warmed his heart, but he couldn't shake the feeling that their worlds were too different to ever truly merge. Lisa and Akabe's study sessions became a regular part of their routine. Every evening, they would meet in the library, their corner table piled high with books, notes, and the occasional snack. Lisa's bold ideas and Akabe's meticulous planning made them an unstoppable team. One evening, as they worked on a group project, Lisa leaned back in her chair, her eyes distant. She shared her dream of starting a fashion brand, one that celebrated bold, modern African designs. Her parents, however, wanted her to focus on her degree first. Akabe listened intently, his admiration for her growing with every word. When she asked about his dreams, Akabe hesitated before sharing his aspiration to start a non-profit to help underprivileged children access education. He spoke of his own struggles and his determination to make a difference. Lisa's eyes softened as she listened, and she told him how incredible his vision was. The college sports day was a highly anticipated event, with students competing in various games and races. Achabe had signed up for the marathon, while Lisa was part of the cheerleading squad. As Achabe lined up at the starting point, he spotted Lisa in the crowd. She was wearing the college colors, her hair tied back in a ponytail, and she waved at him with a bright smile. Her encouragement fueled his determination as he pushed through the grueling race. When he crossed the finish line in first place, the crowd erupted in cheers. Lisa ran up to him, her face glowing with pride. She congratulated him, her excitement evident. But their celebration was interrupted when Lisa's friends approached, their expressions a mix of curiosity and judgment. Lisa's smile faded as she defended Achabe, her tone firm and unwavering. The group exchanged uneasy glances before walking away, but the incident left Achabe feeling uneasy. A few days later, Achabe mustered the courage to ask Lisa out. He suggested a new cafe downtown, and to his relief, she agreed enthusiastically. The cafe was cozy and intimate, with soft music playing in the background. They spent hours talking, sharing stories about their childhoods, their families, and their dreams. Lisa admitted that she had never felt so comfortable with anyone before, and Achabe felt the same. As they walked back to campus, their hands brushed, and Achabe tentatively reached for Lisa's hand. She interlaced her fingers with his, and they walked in comfortable silence, their connection deepening with every step. The college hosted a mid-semester party, and Lisa convinced Achabe to go with her. She assured him it would be fun, and he reluctantly agreed. The room was alive with music, laughter, and dancing. Lisa pulled Achabe onto the dance floor, and though he was initially self-conscious, he soon relaxed and started to enjoy himself. They danced together, their laughter blending with the music. But the night took a turn when Lisa's ex-boyfriend, Kip, showed up. He was tall, handsome, and clearly used to getting his way. Kip's smug expression and dismissive tone made Achabe feel small, but Lisa stood her ground, defending him with a fierceness that surprised everyone. As Kip walked away, Achabe felt a mix of anger and insecurity. He wondered if he truly belonged in Lisa's world, but her unwavering support gave him hope. The tension came to a head a few days later. Achabe had been distant, and Lisa could sense that something was wrong. She gently urged him to open up, her concern evident in her eyes. Achabe sighed, running a hand through his hair. He admitted his insecurities, his fear that he wasn't good enough for her, and his worry about how her parents and friends would react to their relationship. Lisa's eyes filled with tears as she reassured him. She told him how much he meant to her and how little she cared about money or status. Her determination to fight for their relationship gave Achabe hope, and they hugged, their bond stronger than ever. Lisa's parents had always been strict and traditional, with high expectations for their daughter. They wanted her to focus on her studies, marry someone from their social circle, and uphold the family's reputation. When they found out about her relationship with Achabe, they were furious. Her father's stern expression and her mother's disappointed sighs made Lisa feel like she was betraying them. They warned her that Achabe was not suitable for their family, citing his background and financial struggles. Lisa tried to explain how kind, intelligent, and hardworking Achabe was, but her parents refused to listen. The tension at home grew unbearable, and Lisa found herself torn between her love for Achabe and her loyalty to her family. Achabe, too, was facing his own challenges. His family's financial situation had worsened, and his mother's health was declining. The weight of his responsibilities felt heavier than ever, and he began to doubt whether he could give Lisa the life she deserved. He threw himself into his studies and part-time jobs, hoping to secure a better future. Lisa noticed the change in him and tried to reach out, but Achabe's walls were up. He felt unworthy of her love and feared that their relationship would only bring her pain. The strain on their relationship reached a breaking point one evening. Lisa had been arguing with her parents earlier that day, and Achabe had been distant for weeks. They met at their usual spot in the library, but the atmosphere was tense. Lisa tried to talk about their future, but Achabe's responses were short and evasive. Finally, Lisa confronted him, her voice trembling with emotion. She told him how much she loved him and how much his distance was hurting her. Achabe's eyes filled with pain as he admitted his fears of not being enough, of dragging her down, of losing her to the pressures of their different worlds. Lisa's heart ached as she listened. She told him that she believed in them, that they could overcome anything together. But Achabe's doubts ran deep, and he suggested that maybe they needed to take a step back. The words felt like a punch to Lisa's chest. She had never imagined that their love could falter. But in that moment, she felt it slipping through her fingers.